is Zayn being taken out of the Money in the Bank ladder match at the pay-per-view? And if so, who replaces him? Now, there's a couple different options here, and I'll throw out a few, but there's one in particular I think that would be fucking perfect. So, first of all, I don't think they are replacing him. They have a little less than a month to go until Money in the Bank. 3 SmackDowns to go. It's less than a month away. Or just about a month away. So I don't think Zayn, if he was going to be taken out, they would probably take him out closer to the pay-per-view, or even on the go-home show, and then do the surprise on, at the pay-per-view itself, which they could always do still, but I don't think they will. I hope Zayn is in it, just because he's a great athlete. I don't think he would win, but he has a pretty good chance. He's up there with Corbin in terms of whether he could win it or not. There's a really good chance he could win it on, at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. But I was thinking about potential replacements for Zayn. Obviously, Rusev comes to mind. He's ready to come back. And I know they did the whole angle with him where he was coming to confront Shane McMahon for a title shot. And he never did. He didn't appear on SmackDown 2 weeks ago. He didn't show up this week. So I don't know what's going on with Rusev right now. I guess plans changed. I think they were going to do Orton-Rusev Money in the Bank, but they changed their mind, and now they're not. And now, obviously, Mahal's champion Mahal won the belt on Sunday. So I guess they could put Rusev in Money in the Bank if they wanted to. He could come out and confront Shane or whoever for a title shot, and then they could say, you haven't earned it. You got to enter Money in the Bank, and he could win. Who knows? He could win. But it could be Rusev. It could be Mike Bennett. We've heard quite a bit about Mike Bennett recently in terms of him also being WWE bound. From what I've heard, he should be imminent. His debut is imminent, but I guess creative plans changed on SmackDown. I don't know where he would have fit in, but I think he was supposed to debut a while ago. Plans changed, so he wasn't brought in at that point, but he should be in at some point really, really soon, maybe as soon as after Money in the Bank, who knows. But if it's not Rusev, and it's not Mike Bennett, why not Shelton Benjamin? We haven't seen Benjamin since the summer. We haven't really technically seen Benjamin at all. But they did air a video package for him, a vignette, promoting his return, and then they stopped. They just stopped acknowledging the guy because he got hurt. And he had to go in for surgery. He was cleared over WrestleMania weekend, bringing up a lot of questions that he would re-debut on SmackDown after WrestleMania in the Honor of the John Memorial Battle Royal. Obviously, neither of those things happened, and it could be one of those things like with Tajiri where they were going to bring him back. They were excited to bring him back, but then they saw, hey, he's kind of getting older. He's a bit more injury prone. Maybe not the best idea, which is why Tajiri was cut, which sucks. But with Benjamin, it could be the same way. I hope not, though. I think Benjamin can still go. He can still have great matches. He's only 40. It's not like he's like 50 or something. So I think he could still go in the ring, and I think it'd be a mistake if they did not bring him back. Benjamin did say that he was not currently under contract to the company, but that was over WrestleMania weekend over a month and a half ago. So something might have changed. And really, if there's any place to bring him back, it would be at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. We've talked about it God knows how many times over the years. People have always hoped, if there's any surprise entrant in this year's Money in the Bank ladder match, I really hope it's Benjamin. And now it's likelier than ever, just because he was on decent terms from what we know at the company a year ago. They didn't bring him in because he got hurt, but now that he's cleared, there really isn't a better place for him to come back than in this match. And Zayn was a babyface. Benjamin would be a babyface. He was coming in as a babyface, replacing Zayn. It makes sense. They can put him in a feud with Corbin, or over, with Owens over the U.S. title if they want, after the AJ Styles feud wraps up. They got options, so I really do think Benjamin should not be counted out here. They could throw him in at the last minute. Even if Zayn's a part of it, they can throw him in there if they want to. I think last year they did 7 guys. I'm not sure. I think they did 7 guys last year in Money in the Bank. Then maybe they did 6. I think it was 6. But if they wanted to do 7 with Benjamin and Zayn in there, I think that'd be great. I think Benjamin, he should be back on the SmackDown brand. And really, again, if there's any time to bring him back, it would be now in time for the match he really helped make famous, the Money in the Bank ladder match. So hopefully that's the case.